Hello everyone, my name is Hattie Teacher. Today we will learn about American cryptids. But what is a cryptid? Cryptids are animals that some people think are real. There are many stories about people who have seen cryptids, but there is no scientific proof. Science says they are not real. Cryptid hunters research and look for cryptids, but not with science. Cryptid hunters study cryptozoology. Cryptozoology literally means the science of hidden animals, or we can say it is the study of cryptids. Cryptozoology is a pseudoscience. Pseudo means fake, so it is not real science, but it's still fun to learn about. Cryptid hunters mostly use anecdotal evidence. This means they listen to stories to learn about cryptids. Today, you are cryptid hunters. I will show you 4 cryptids, all from America. Remember what you see and remember what you hear. This is Bigfoot. His stories come from forests in Oregon. To spot him, cryptid hunters look for big feet and lots of fur. Think, what does he look like? And where does he live? Look and remember. This is the lizard man. His stories come from scape or swamp in South Carolina. To spot him, cryptid hunters look for scales and webbed feet. Think, what does he look like? And where does he live? Look and remember. This is Champy. His stories come from Lake Champlain in Vermont. To spot him, cryptid hunters look for a long tail and fins. Think, what does he look like? And where does he live? This is Mothman. His stories come from a town called Point Pleasant in West Virginia. To spot him, cryptid hunters look for big wings and red eyes. Think, what does he look like? And where does he live? Let's research together. We will read anecdotal evidence. Remember, that means things people say they saw. Think to yourself, which cryptid is it? Let's read. Then think, which cryptid did they see? He lives in a lake. It's Champy. Champy lives in a lake. Use your cryptid guidebook. Find Champy and fill in the blank. He lives in a lake. Let's read. Think, what cryptid did they see? He lives in a swamp. It's the lizard man. The lizard man lives in a swamp. Find the lizard man in your guidebook. Fill in the blank. He lives in a swamp. Let's read. Think. What cryptid did they see? He has red eyes and big wings. It's Mothman. Mothman has red eyes and big wings. Find Mothman and fill in the blanks. He has red eyes and big wings. Let's read. He has fins and a long tail. It's Champy. Champy has fins and a long tail. Find Champy and fill in the blanks. He has fins and a long tail. Let's read. He lives in a forest. It's Bigfoot. Bigfoot lives in a forest. Find Bigfoot and fill in the blank. He lives in a forest. He lives in a town. It's Mothman. Mothman lives in a town. Find Mothman and fill in the blank. He lives in a town. He has scales and webbed feet. It's the lizard man. The lizard man has scales and webbed feet. Find the lizard man and fill in the blanks. He has scales and webbed feet. He has big feet and lots of fur. It's Bigfoot. Bigfoot has big feet and lots of fur. Find Bigfoot and fill in the blanks. He has big feet and lots of fur. Now it's time to use our research. One of the cryptids has been spotted in Daegu. The city needs cryptid hunters to help them find out who it was. First, solve the maze. Then, write the letters your line crossed on the lines below. This is a quote from the person who saw the cryptid. You have 5 minutes to solve. Did you solve the maze? Let's see the answer. Look at the letters the line crosses. It spells, he lives in a town. Which cryptid lives in a town? Circle the right cryptid. Mothman, that's right. That means Mothman has been spotted in Daegu. But wait, news got out that Mothman is in Daegu. Now, lots of people say they have spotted him. We need cryptid hunters to find out who is telling the truth and who is lying. Use the back of your worksheet. Read each quote. If what the person says is true, they saw Mothman. If what they say is a lie, they did not see Mothman. Cross out the liars on the map. That way we know who really saw Mothman and where he is. Let's do the first few together. Let's read. He has a long tail and scales. Mothman does not have a long tail or scales, so he is lying. Find him on the map and cross him out. Let's do one more together. He has webbed feet and big wings. Mothman has big wings, but he does not have webbed feet. So she is lying. Find her on the map and cross her out. Read the rest of the quotes and decide if they are lying or telling the truth. You have 5 minutes. Did you learn who was telling the truth? Let's see. Mothman has red eyes and big wings. So, this guy is telling the truth. That means Mothman is at Apsan Observatory. We were right! Great job, cryptid hunters. Now let's take Mothman back to his home. Now Mothman is back in his town in West Virginia. Great work, everyone! Let's review what we learned today. Today, we studied cryptids. Remember, cryptids are animals that might or might not be real. We researched 4 cryptids today. Bigfoot, who lives in a forest in Oregon, has big feet and lots of fur. The lizard man, who lives in scape or swamp, has webbed feet and scales. Champy, who lives in Lake Champlain, has a long tail and fins. And finally, Mothman, who lives in a town called Point Pleasant, has big wings and red eyes. Now that everyone is safe and all the cryptids are in their homes, let's learn some fun facts about each of our 4 American cryptids. Bigfoot is much older than you might think. There are many Native American cultures that have ancient legends about Bigfoot. Tribes like the Yokots, Natchez, Stahalis, Lumis, and Iroquois all have stories about Bigfoot. But they had other names for him. The Stahalis also call him Sasquatch, which means hairy man. And sometimes we call Bigfoot Sasquatch today. Bigfoot got his new name in 1958 when 18-inch footprints were discovered in California. A newspaper made plaster casts of the prints and published an article which called him Bigfoot for the first time. Mothman was first seen in 1966. The 2 couples that first saw him said he was 7 feet tall and a great flyer, even though he was clumsy when he ran. In Point Pleasant, the town where Mothman is from, there is a statue of Mothman that lots of tourists take pictures with. Point Pleasant also has a Mothman festival every year in September. Champy has many ancient legends, just like Bigfoot. The Abenaki and Iroquois tribes both tell stories about a cryptid in Lake Champlain. But in their legends, the cryptid is a giant snake with horns named Gitaskog. Champy has a new name and a new look, but many people think he is the same cryptid. Just like how Point Pleasant loves Mothman, the state of Vermont loves Champy. Vermont's baseball team is called the Lake Monsters, and their mascot is Champy. The lizard man is the youngest of our 4 cryptids. He was first seen in June of 1988. During this summer, he is known to have attacked and eaten parts of people's cars. Although he was mostly seen in the summer of 1988, many people think he still lives in the scape or swamp in South Carolina because of a picture that was taken of him in 2015. Now it's time for you to make up your own cryptids. Use this worksheet. You can make up your own cryptid or choose one we didn't learn about today. Draw your cryptid, then write. What is their name? Where do they live? And what do they look like? Fill in the blanks. If you finish drawing and writing early, you can share your cryptid with a friend. Okay. Great work today, everyone. Now you are all expert cryptid hunters. See you next time.